It is the Buzz Ace Michael show on the internet, www. As I always say, I want to thank everybody for enjoying the show, sharing the show, liking the show, and making us your #1 social media talk show. I'm real happy about that. Today on the show is my good friend, KELSI CHARLES, who is Googleable. Not many people are Googleable. You ever notice? Like everybody would like to be. Don't get me wrong. Some people think they should be when they don't need to be. They're like, oh yeah, you can just check me out. I'm on, and then you go check them out. Like, dude, all you've ever done is like sort paperwork. That's not Googleable. Like, I'm expecting you to have done something that changed the world in some way. You know what I'm saying? But KELSI has, and KELSI's on the show today. And it was a real pleasure for me to get you on the show because I've always admired you as an actress and a model. And you're super cute girl.
Oh, thanks.
Like super cute, you know. My first question is, where does the cuteness come from? Because you are like super cute. You have big eyes.
Yeah, I don't leave without my contacts. Remember, I was telling you, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm running late, but my contacts were burning my eyes. Like, so I don't know. I just like to look fun. That's why I would try not to like ever match, I guess, and always have my hair all messy.
But this is a cool artistic vibe you got going on. They can't see your shoes, but you got this kind of boots thing going on.
I always have Doc Martens on. I've been wearing it forever.
That is so fun.
Never wear anything else unless I'm shooting and I have to wear heels or something.
I haven't even heard of Doc Martens for so long. Like Doc Martens, wow.
They'll last forever. Like I ruined my last pair, I think like 2.5 years ago. And I actually left them on top of my car for something. I was packing it, and then I ran over them, and they got ruined. So I've had these ever since.
I love them.
Yeah, I miss my old ones. They were a little bit higher.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, I'm all curious about your tattoos because I'm going to tell you, I came from L.A. Before I lived in Las Vegas, I lived in L.A., right? Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of girls in L.A. with tattoos. However, this motherfucker here, y'all got the tattoo. Like, I never seen so many people with tattoos until I came here.
Really?
Yeah, like, is there a certain thing about, like, why tattoos? And why so many, like, why do you have an arm full of ink?
I don't know. I guess I've always kind of liked tattoos and, like, piercings, body modification stuff. I just thought it was interesting because you can, like, express, like, you know, like, body art. Like, yeah. I like art.
But isn't it kind of like when you got one tattoo on, you can't change it to a different one if you change your mind.
This one's been like this is like the third time going over this arm. Like I had to get.
I've
had a lot of cover-ups. Yeah.
Really?
You can do something with those.
You know, I'm such a virgin. Like I didn't even know that you could change them like that. Yeah. I thought once you had it, you were stuck with it.
No. Well, if it's like dark enough, like you can still kind of see stuff that was under there, like black lines, but you can. A cover-up is like a distraction, so it like kind of distracts you away from like the other things going on there.
So what do? They take like the old tattoo and turn it into like a new thing, like Johnny Depp did with his. He had his. He's an asshole. He had this thing he said on his one finger or something like that. He said Slim was his nickname for his ex, and then he beat his ex up, and so then he changed it to Scum. Now, that's not cool, right? You can tell that's not... come on, you don't do that. That's like, come on.
Yeah, really, no, that's pretty like, yeah.
What's wrong?
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah.
I thought he was a nice guy.
Well, everybody did. Yeah. You know, but I don't know, something about that Pirates and Caribbean type stuff will mess you up. You know what I'm saying?
Too much rum.
Too much rum. Too much rum. Too much rum.
Yeah. No, but you could totally do that, like, if this was like, how it's like circle shaped, like, if I wanted to put like an apple there or something, maybe like make it really dark or who knows.
But I don't know you can never go back to being fair-skinned, fresh canvas. See, that's the thing.
Well, like tattoo laser removal, I guess.
You couldn't remove all that. If you wanted to, no.
Dare me.
No, if you did, that might make you crazy or something. Like if you took all that ink off, I
would
guarantee
hurt.
you it would give you like brain something would be wrong with you. Like,
Oh.
you'd be a fucking cyborg robot or something.
That'd be cool.
Like, that's actually a good movie. Actually, that's a good premise for a movie.
Yeah.
Have a girl that had all these tattoos, and then she goes and takes them off, and she realizes then, now stay with me, since she realizes then she's not the same person anymore.
I like that. And the laser that they used to remove her tattoos is like gave her superpowers from like.
Exactly.
And now she's like doing.
I was just gonna go with the superpowers thing.
I say let's do it.
Exactly. And it would be called XXX Men.
Hey.
That might be already done though.
I like that.
Triple X Men, starring Vin Diesel as the scientist, and
That works.
somebody. You always get somebody that doesn't fit. Like they go like starring Vin Diesel and the guy from Forrest Gump, who was in the last scene
Yeah.
where Forrest Gump gets the medal. He's like, what?
I can see that
I
happening.
don't even get how these two come together. But anyway, so maybe I'd love to do a movie with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, I could see you doing like a legit film, like a real.
I've never tried. Let's do it then.
No, we could tell. I have a premise if you're interested.
Okay.
I have a premise that I think would work like a kick-ass movie for you. Okay.
What is it?
This is what it is, and this has never been done before. Okay, so just so you know. Now listen, screenwriters watching the show right now, you cannot use this. Don't trip. This is not for y'all. This is just for us having a conversation. I think you should do a movie where you play like the president of the United States.
Oh, I've always
But
said
like
that
a
about
sexy young version of the president.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like hip. My movie would be called Hip President, because then we could call it like Hip President 2, Hip President 3, Hip President. European Vacation.
Yeah.
President.
I like that.
But like a young, sexy president, right? And you're like, hey, I think we should get like a hot guy for this cabinet. And they're like, well, which hot guy? And you're like, the
Line
guy
him
used
up.
to-"
No.
Yeah, exactly. So it seems like you've played this role before.
Yeah.
She's like, line him up. Ooh. So Kelsey Charles, what's the best thing about you in your opinion? Like, what's your favorite thing about you?
I don't know. I think I'm funny.
I think you're funny too.
And I'm like, I don't have any problem being myself, and I keep it real. Like, you know.
You know what? I agree with that. You intimidated me a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, because you're so like you are so yourself. You're like so keep it real, and people a lot of pretentious people out there, but you're not. So I kind of was like thrown a little bit, like whoa.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't even know if I used to be. I used to be really quiet, and I'll just like listen.
You used
And now I
And now
like,
look
say
at you.
things. I'm like, I don't like that plan. Get it out of here. No.
You
But,
seem like the kind of girl that would intimidate a lot of guys. Because you're smart too. I've noticed that. I
Really?
check
Thanks.
things out, man. I check things out. Listening to you say a couple things. I was like, well, she's got a couple syllables going on over there. Let's see what
Okay.
she's working with. So, do you get a lot of guys that ask you out, or a lot of guys you think you're afraid to ask you out?
No, like everybody asks me that, but I really don't. Like I get the weirdos, the weird people that just message you like, "Hey, let me see your ass" or something. I don't know. And I'm like, who are you? Like, where did you come from? And then
I got a call today. Wait, I got to tell you, this is a so funny story. Okay, so we've been doing the show online, right? And these guys are seeing all these videos of these girls, right?
Mhm.
I don't know how you see all these different videos of different. I mean, we've got black girls, blonde girls.
yeah.
This guy thinks that Ace is a girl, and he wants to contact me on Facebook. So he calls me randomly today. So, hey, I host a show on the internet, so if the phone rings, I'm going to answer it, right? So I answer the phone, and the guy's like, I want to video chat with you right now. I'm like, excuse me? He's like, no, right now I want to video chat with you. Turn on your video so I can see you. I want to see you. I'm like, Grandma? Is that you? No. So I'm like, what in the world is the matter with you? Get off my phone, you sicko. And I hung up, But like,
I would have done it, and then you should have recorded it.
and then, but this is something you have to deal with all the time as a girl, right? Like, guys want weird shit from you.
Yeah, like people call me, like try to Facebook call me. I don't even know how they can. I never answer those.
Yeah, like
I feel bad. I'm like, no, but no, I get a bunch of weird messages, but no one like normal really ever messages.
What's like
me. Like
one
I
of
don't
the-
have guys talk to me. They think
what's like one of the weirdest ones you can remember? Like, of some, really weird shit that some guy wanted you to.
I don't know. I guess I don't really like give them that chance to get that far.
Right.
Like they'll just be like, hi, like fucking 50 times or some shit, and I'll be like, okay, I'm not gonna message this person back clearly. But then, you know, I did it first when I didn't know any better, you know, and I was like, what's up? Like, I don't know.
Right.
You never know who someone's gonna be. It could be like you, and you're like, oh, you want to like do this, like.
Because all it takes is one. All it takes is one response from you, and it starts the whole thing going.
Yeah, and I don't even mean to, so I just stopped altogether. I don't open my Snapchats. I don't know, like, don't check my messages. I don't look at anything.
We had a girl that interned for us, and we used to make all of our interns have an email account from Avalon, right? Mm-hmm. Because of security, blah, 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 right? So I thought at that time, I thought it'd be a good idea to put her picture on the profile. Mm-hmm. And everybody would have their picture on the profile. So if you go to Facebook, it would say Hannah from Avalon Entertainment. It would have her picture, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, unfortunately, I used my email and put her photo on it, right? So for about 2 weeks, I had this guy who would email every day, and he would be like, hi, how are you? I'm going to a bar. Not because I drink. I just wanted to go to a bar, and I wondered if you wanted to go. You don't have to drink, but if you want to meet me at a bar, we could go to a bar. Or we don't have to go to a bar. We could just... And meanwhile, I'm never answering anything he's saying.
You don't have to. They'll
keeps
talking.
And the funny thing about it was, and I'm sorry, dude, to put you out like this, but this is the funniest thing. He kept calling me sweetie, right? But he misspelled sweetie. He spelled sweetie S-W-E-A-T-I-E.
Oh.
So it was sweaty, right? so he keeps texting. He's like, sweaty. How come you haven't answered me back? Sweaty.
Like, because you got sweaty, that's why.
Sweaty. And then he starts putting these like capitals and then like exclamation point after the whole capitals, like sweaty. I'm like, oh my God, dude, seriously? Yeah. Just from a picture, like this, from one basic picture, it wasn't like a swimsuit picture or anything, it was just like a basic picture of a girl sitting with a bookshelf behind her, and he was going nuts, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel for the female experience. So you get a lot of like creepo guys that want to like get creepy with you.
Not really. I don't think I do.
No?
Like maybe, like you said, maybe people
She's
are
like,
intimidated. I don't know.
So far.
No. I don't know why they don't hit me up, but they don't. I get the weirdos. That's about it, and it's once in a while. Like I think people that are like following me or like anything like that kind of know that I'm not like that, and they're stupid if they try because it won't work. You know what I mean?
I think they're intimidated, for real.
Maybe.
I'm
like the nicest person ever.
No, you're sweet. No, trust me, it's not because of your personality. Yeah. But I think it's because of your openness. Openness scares people.
Really? That's the problem with
people get freaked out. They're like, whoa, she's too open, dude. Step away.
You just got to say how it is, you know? Like, if you're not going to be open in yourself, then, like, all you have is yourself, really, while we're alive. Why not just do you?
Have you ever had a problem like where you couldn't be so open and you maybe had a life-changing thing that you realized that you could go ahead and be yourself, or have you always been like open?
No, I was like really quiet. Like if you talk to anybody that knew me in like high school, middle school, anything like that, like they'd be like, she didn't talk to anybody. Like she really kind of kept to herself more. Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird, you know what I mean? But then
were you that weird kid?
I don't think I was like the weird kid, but I was.
She's like not.
I was like
weirdest.
a weird. I was like
the weirdest kid.
I was like a cool, quiet kid, like just chilling. No.
Were you like? I'm trying to picture you as a kid. So were you like an artistic kid, like running around painting and stuff, like drawing? Were you scribbling in your notebook?
Well, like I still like to draw now, but yeah, I did that. I remember like in I think it was my sophomore year. I was junior maybe. I was actually like pregnant. I was like 6 months pregnant with my son, so I had a belly, and I was, you know how I dressed, like basketball shorts. Like I dressed exactly like I do now, but back then style. And then they called me to the office, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we called you up here because you're student of the month this month." I was like, "I'm pregnant, like in basketball shorts that ditches half my classes." But I was like, "All right." So
that's awesome. You're like, student of the month. You're like, I am like the example of teenage pregnancy right here. So
yeah, I still have the picture in that school like magazine.
So, but they posted it, right? Your student of the month with your big old belly.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Only in Vegas.
Like,
Only in Vegas, baby.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
I feel like I was just really quiet though. Like I just did more like, you know, I would take like pills sometimes in school, and I would just like kind of like just do my thing, you know.
Were you a good student?
I was like gothic kind of too. No, was I a good student? I was a good student, as in I didn't like bother anybody, but like grade wise, maybe not so much. Like, well, I like half the classes I really didn't go to. I was not that good in school, but I wanted.
You were
to.
a bad girl in school.
No, I wasn't.
You
bad.
weren't bad.
No, I wasn't bad. I just like
you were.
You know, I'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna go to PE because I'm gonna go hop the fence and smoke a cigarette.
That's a bad kid.
No,
but that's not a role model kid.
I didn't
right
fight with
there.
anybody. I didn't like getting anyone addicted
You didn't
to
get
crack.
in trouble.
Like,
you were just kind of absent kid.
Yeah, it was
Like,
yeah. I
off
hated
to your
school.
own
I always
thing.
did. Yeah.
Wow. And so then tell us about how you got into modeling. Because now that's your career. Now you're a professional. You're a model.
Yeah.
You're big time.
Yeah.
You're Googleable model.
Hey, no, I hate half those online. No, but I started out doing like hair. I went to hair school, and then when I graduated, I was like, I actually hate doing hair. And then I started doing makeup because it'd be like a way to sit down. And
Okay.
They'd be like, keep busy on the
Were
floor.
you that
And
lazy?
I'm like,
Hold on.
I am that lazy. I am.
She said, wait a minute. She said, I started doing makeup because it was a way to sit down, dog. Like, I was like, I mean, how long do you work on a person as a makeup artist? It's only like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's
right?
like 30, 45 minutes, you know what I mean? But I mean, like...
That's fucking lazy, Kelsey. She's like,
is.
yeah, I was like, shit, y'all got a job I could be sitting there. Y'all have a job where I don't even have to show up and y'all just cut me a check, dog.
Exactly.
Just don't even cut me the check. Just pay me cash. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what led me to today.
I don't want to work. I just want to get paid.
Yeah.
That's funny. So you were a makeup artist.
Yeah.
And you were good at that. And then
I got good at it.
I bet the photographers, because you're cute, you're sexy. You know, you're cute and what's interesting is you're cute and sexy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
You
like
need
a
to be both.
whole separate category.
Yeah.
That's pretty hot.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
cute
good then.
and sexy goes along. Because there's no real shit. Like, there's cute people, and they're cute, you know. Hey,
Yeah.
man, that's all good. And then there's sexy people that, you know, you want to do them. They're sexy. But to be cute?
At the same time?
Sexy, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of hot. That's
I feel
kinda hot. So then these photographers were probably attracted to that. They're like, hey, yo, dude, the makeup artist is kind of hotter than the model. Let's talk to the makeup artist, right?
Maybe.
And
Yeah,
so-
kind of.
So then you started doing your first photo shoots.
Yeah, well, I did kind of a lot, like quite a few before, and then I shot with Carrie Petite. I always loved her pictures and stuff, and then I did makeup for her. She's like, you need to do it. She would always tell me, she's like, let me do it, and I let her shoot me, and then I got the cover and a 6-page spread on my first time. So I was like,
Wow.
okay. And then everybody just started asking me all the time, and then eventually no one even wanted me to do makeup or anything anymore. They're like, can you come here and shoot this? I was just like, okay.
You showing up with a kid, they're like, oh, honey, you're not going to need that. Okay, let's put you over here. Let's go. Let's have the boys over here and the girls over here. Come on.
Yeah.
So that's pretty badass. So the first time you're doing your shoot, you end up on the cover?
Yeah.
And you didn't know you were going to be on the cover?
No, I didn't, because she's like, oh, I'm gonna submit them. Is that okay? I was like, yeah. And then she's like, oh, you got it. And then I like saw it, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, how embarrassing.
That's
But
going to
I
be a
got a
great
lot
ego
better.
boost for you.
I guess I didn't look at it like that way. I was just like, oh, I should have done this different, and that different, and that different. And then I learned
Were you
how to move, like how you look, type.
Yeah.
You know.
Were you airbrushed on the cover?
No, well, maybe Photoshop airbrush. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe a little bit.
it's like really like lit up. Like it's, I don't know what you did to it.
I would think that would freak girls out to see your picture and see like somebody's touched you up.
Oh no, it's always better. Like look at it touched
Really?
up. You don't want to
like
see
it more touched up than.
Yeah, they have to like see this on my face right now. Like that will not be there on the cover of next month's magazine.
You're like, trust me, honey, they gotta put in work on this, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes, if you're like bloated on your period or something,
And
you
then-
gotta like.
Check
Sometimes
that
you gotta
stuff.
suck it in the water.
Wow. And
That's what
so
it is.
your first couple of shoots, were you topless or nude or anything for your first shoots?
Yeah, I think I was just topless.
Did you freak out?
No, not really. Like, well, I wasn't scared to do it. I was more worried about just like how I looked. And then when she's like, all right, we're gonna do it. And then she started taking pictures. Then I started getting nervous. I was like, I don't know how I look right now. Like, should my arm be up here or not? Like, and then you know, then you just learn after you see yourself so many times, like in different angles. You're just like, okay, I know that I have to stand at
45-degree angle. I love it. What do you do?
Or else my nose is gonna look crooked. No, I'm just.
Do you a 45 with your nose up?
I just made that up. But I mean, like, you know how to, like, you can see, like, the different, whoops, like, how to move your body different. But.
And it's cool. And you felt pretty comfortable because you're good at it. I mean, you.
Well,
I
wasn't for a while. It took a while.
What happened then? Well, you weren't so bad that they didn't call you back for more jobs. You obviously were good enough. You kept getting work.
I guess. Well, if they think so, then that's cool for me.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? But I just started getting, like, good. That's how I see it. Like, but everything else I did, I was kind of like,
I'm sure you get a lot because you have a really good workable attitude.
yeah.
Have you ever seen somebody, like, you do a job and you're like, oh, that girl has a terrible attitude and they're not going to call her back?
Yeah.
Right? So you probably learned from watching some of those people too. Like, oh,
yeah.
God, I'm never going to be like that because nobody wants to work with her.
No. Well, I've always looked at people like that, you know, even just people you're around all the time.
Yeah.
You're just like, man, why is this person like that? It doesn't make sense. But they can go be miserable and act like that if they want to.
And just keep it moving. Yeah,
yep.
Exactly. Is there one thing in your work that you feel like it's going to be the best thing that you would like to be remembered for? Because right now it's too early for you to know. Like, for all you know, you could become the hugest star ever, and we could be looking back on this day going,
Never
oh my
know.
God, who knew? You know what I'm saying?
So,
like, is there one thing from your career that you would love to say, if people know me as only one thing, I want them to know this thing about me?
Well, I guess I've been working on a website for like a year and a half, and I'm like working really hard to make sure everything looks good, you know. And I want to do like calendars, like all that good stuff. Like, but I want the videos that I'm doing are more like cinematic, like for porn. You know what I mean? I know maybe you've seen a couple. I don't know if you watch it or anything, but
I may have seen a couple.
Yeah, like, but the ones that I get paid to do are not the style that I'm going, so it's going to be more like movie, like maybe some slow-mo stuff and like a lot of cuts, like, but it's going to be like more of like an artistic video, and I don't really give a shit if people jerk off to it or not. It looks cool, you know what I mean?
Right.
So maybe that'll like change it because I don't think anyone really does stuff like that.
Then what about you directing it? It seems like you got a couple good ideas. Maybe you should direct and produce it, or get behind the scenes too.
Maybe, I don't know. I was like filming for a little bit, and then I sold my camera because I get in my zones where I'm like, I'm gonna be a film dude, and then like 6 months later, I'm like, oh, I have a camera. I forgot about that.
That's another good movie right there, Film Dude.
Film Dude.
We should develop that. Film Dude.
Yes.
From the makers of Presidential Hot Chip comes Film Dude.
Yeah.
So now if people want to contact you, because I'm sure a bunch of photographers are going to want to call you now. And let me tell you, photographers, don't call about TFP, whatever that is. Call about me giving you money to be a model, right? That's what I'm talking about. Call with a job that's like a real job. But how do they contact you if they want to reach you?
I don't know. Usually, I just know a lot of people that have always like been in that area. You know what I mean? So I've known a lot of photographers and video guys all the time. So they were my friends first, and like sometimes I'll ask them like, "Do you want to shoot?" Or sometimes random people will hit me up on like Instagram, say. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm so and so's homie. Like I'm in town. Like can I shoot you?" Like, all the photographers, I swear they all like they all know each other. It's like a big like web.
It's like a bunch of roaches, and when the lights come on, they all.
Yeah, like everyone knows everyone's like work, So I don't know. It's just kind of random sometimes.
I love that. I'm so and so. Hey, I'm so and so's homie. Give me a call back. I love it.
Yeah, and then I call my homie like, "Do you see this?"
Do you know this homie? Okay, so that's what it is. It's KELSI Charles on the show today. I want to thank her for being my guest. If you guys want, they can find you on Facebook, right?
Oh yeah, Facebook. I have a like page.
Facebook,
use it that much.
like Facebook page?
Yeah.
And you got an Instagram?
Yeah, it's at KELSI CHARLES. So KELSI Charles, but one word.
No words. It's all good. KELSI Charles is on the show today. Thank you guys for watching. And remember, if you ever want to be on the show, you can call our number 702-540-3498. Or you can email beonthebuzz@yahoo.com. Hey, it's like I always say, live the life you love the life you live.
Mwah.